Hi, it's Karen Rogers back for video number 26. And today we're going to talk about tornadoes, also known as twisters, cyclones, or whirlwinds. And the best thing about today's video is I'm going to show you two homemade activities that are tornado demonstrations. But first, some education. Let me give you 7 facts or 7 things I want you to know about tornadoes before we do the demonstration. I educate, motivate, and entertain. The first thing I want you to know is that tornadoes come from the bottom of cumulonimbus clouds. And if you remember the cloud video, you already know that a cumulus cloud is the ones that look like cotton candy. They're fluffy, remember that? When they're cumulonimbus, you add the thunderstorm and rain. So you've got the cumulus cloud plus rain equals cumulonimbus. All right, there's your first fact. The second thing is they occur all over the world. So here's a world map. The red areas show where there's tornadoes occur. They occur in the United States, and if right in the center of the United States it's called Tornado Alley, because that's where the north wind, the cold air from the north meets the warm air from the Gulf of Mexico, and so you end up with quite a few tornadoes in that area. All right, let's see. That's your second one, is where they come from. Let's see, I want you to know that they can occur at any particular time, and they can occur in any season, but most frequently they occur in late spring to early summer. What happens with tornadoes is there is hot air meets cold air, and you end up with this updraft, and I'll explain that just a little bit more later. The tornadoes, there is really no such thing as a typical tornado. They can look like ropes, or they can be big and thick. But some things that are, the average speed is 30 miles an hour. That's the average, so there's differences. And then they tend to travel from southwest to northeast. So just think New Mexico to Maine is how they travel. They are measured with the enhanced Fujita scale from 0 to 5. 0 are the weak ones, 5 are the most violent. They can be detected by radar, Doppler radar. They have certainly a distinct pattern that they give off. And then also storm chasers can take pictures. You've probably seen video clips from storm chasers. I don't know why people do that, but they do. If you are like me and you hear the tornado sirens go off, that means to take cover, and you want to get as low to the ground as possible, either a basement or just as low as you can go. Stay away from the windows and doors, as many walls between you and the tornado as possible, and it's good to cover yourself with some mattress or sleeping bag, coats, anything, because that's what injures is the debris that comes at such a fast speed. All right, I think that's the main thing I wanted to tell you. Now let's talk about the actual formation of a tornado. Here's a picture, and it shows how you have the hot air that's in the atmosphere, and then the rainstorm comes in. And when the two meet, the hot air travels up, right? Hot air rises, and then the cold air comes and swirls around it. The cold air has angular momentum, if you like your physical science, and that's what causes the vortex. A vortex is any swirling fluid. It can be air or it can be water, so whirlpools, eddies, even black holes are examples of vortex. Now let's do the demonstrations. The first demonstration is tornado in a bottle, and it's simply 2 plastic bottles. I think really the 2 liters are the best. They get the longest amount of a vortex. But I just took 2 plastic bottles. I put water in one with food coloring and simply duct taped them. And this isn't always a perfect seal, but that's what I used. You can also buy them And then what you do is you take it, you're going to flip it up, give it a little shake, a little angular momentum, and watch the vortex. So there you have tornado in a bottle. Do it again. Give it a little swirl. Tornado in a bottle. One more swirl. Tornado in a bottle. That wasn't the greatest. Swirl. A little more. One more time here. There we go. Anyway, it's a fun little activity that you can do. Tornado in a bottle. And then this one is a classic fire tornado. And they can actually happen. If there's a fire, it can be part of the tornado. And boy, now you've got two problems. You've got a tornado and a fire. This is my homemade model. It is a wire basket, and it's on a Lazy Susan. Now, there's a bunch of videos that show you how to make these, so I will spare you. But what I will do is just demonstrate that there is a little plate, and the little plate has rubbing alcohol on it, and I will go ahead and light the rubbing alcohol that's on the plate, and you'll see a fire. And right now the fire is burning, and the cold air is around it. You just see a fire. But what if you were to give that cold air a little bit of angular momentum? And what you end up seeing is the fire forms that vortex shape, that tornado vortex shape. If I had another hand, I'd play cyclone. She moves her body like a cyclone. Anyway, that's pretty cool. It looks even cooler in person probably than in the video, but this is not new. There's a million of these on YouTube. And I'm going to finish today with a tornado joke. And that tornado joke is, and of course this is fire, you have to always be safe. Safety first, which I should have goggles and hair back. Sorry, science teachers, for violating. But it's safe, and here is your joke to finish out today. What do tornadoes love to eat? Funnel cakes. I'm Karen Rogers. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.